J Hardcore Boxing News. I'm here with Elijah Garcia. How you doing today, bro?
Good. How you doing? It's a beautiful day out here in Whitman.
Good. Yes, definitely a beautiful day over here on the East Coast as well. But I tell you what, let's jump right in it. My first question for you is why boxing?
Why boxing?
Hmm.
Let's see. I grew up playing football. Grew up playing basketball, baseball. I wrestled a little bit, and I hopped in the boxing gym when I was about 11, 12 years old, and then I kind of fell in love with the sport. Had my first fight when I was like 12 or 13, and since then we've been on a roll. But just falling in love with the sport. That's what happened.
Okay. This is you're about to fight Armando Resenda. This is going to be your third fight this year so far, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, you've been quite busy, man, and you're definitely going into a very tough fight on a even bigger card. Tell me, what do you think about this fight that you got coming up?
I Armando Resendez, he's really tough. I know he comes in great shape, and I know when he comes to fight and he throws a lot of punches. So mentally and physically, I'm prepared for the toughest fight of my career, the toughest fight of my life, and I'm prepared. I'm just ready to get on the show. I know it's going to be a great card, full of great action, and I'm blessed to be opening it up on pay-per-view.
Exactly. His last fight, man, he came off a big win against Jared Hurd. Uh, and he seemed like he was in very good condition at that particular fight, man. What do you think that you're going to have to do to nullify that?
You know, I seen the fight. We fought on the same card together. I seen the fight, and I believe he controlled the pace. He threw a lot of punches, and he was able to do whatever he wants against Hurd. And I think if I can control the pace, and I control the pace, I win the rounds. And I slow him down. I think it'll be an easy fight for me, and I think it might be an early night if he wants to trade punches. But
Mm.
that's not the plans not to knock him out. Plans to win these early rounds and take him to deep waters.
Okay. It definitely was a tough fight for you against Zagato, man, for sure, man. Tell me a little bit about that fight and what did you gain from that?
Yep, Kevin Salgado. I give him lots of credit. That was a hard 10 round fight for me. He roughed me up a little bit. He taught me a lot. He taught me a lot. He was rough. He was rough in there, using his head. Uh, he made it hard for me. He was a real awkward fighter, but at the same time, I'll give him lots of credit because he's a Mexican Olympian, lots of experience. He's a lot better than I thought, a lot more awkward. But I had to change it up. Fourth round, the first 4 rounds, I came out a little too flat-footed. I let him throw too many punches, and I had to change my speeds up. And luckily, I got the experience and I got the knowledge in the corner to tell me, what I got to do to, win the fight, and that's what we did.
Great. As I said, man, this fight against Amarno, man, it's a tough fight, man. What made you actually take this fight, and what did you see that when you were like, you know what, I know I can beat this guy, man? What was it?
You know, we knew it was going to be a very tough fight, but I got goals to be a champion one day, and I'm 20 years old. I want to be a champion. I want to be like those old school fighters. I believe I have the skill to be one of those old school fighters who won championships at 20, 21, 22 years old. I feel like back then they were fighting all the best fighters in the division. That's what I want to do. Taking these fights like Armando Resendez is going to give me the experience I need in order to take those big fights, win those big fights. And it's going to give me the experience I need for when I fight for a world title. I'll be prepared for it.
No doubt, man. You're 20 years old, man, and this is going to. I mean, you were on the Tank Ryan card, weren't you?
Yes, sir. I opened up that pay per view as well.
And now you're on Canelo versus Charlo, man. You're getting a lot exposure, my friend. A lot of exposure, man.
Thank
What does this fight mean to you to win this particular fight, man?
you. I believe after I win this fight, it might put me in a new bracket. Armando Resendez is a good fighter, beat a former unified champion. I believe, winner of this, takes it to the next level. And I think that's what I'm ready for. I know that's what I'm ready for. I know I have the skills and, just getting these fights like this, these opportunities, what's going to make me better.
I agree, man. Yeah, I'm just surprised, man. The way they're moving you, man, and like you said, it's like that old school move, man. It's like you're not being babysitted. I see that and you're definitely saying, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. But let's say that you do win this fight, man. Is that I don't want you to look past Armando, but we always have our eyes out there for the next thing. You win this fight, who would you like to get next?
Let's see, I'm ranked number 8 WBA. I know Lara's the champion. You know, I, like you said, I don't want to look past Armando, and at the same time, I wouldn't pass the opportunity to fight Lara. Lara's, a great fighter, really experienced. That's another really tough fight for me. But fight for the title, that's everybody's dream, and you know, I believe I'd be able to win it. But I got to get past Armando first.
No doubt, no doubt. Speaking of Lara, they're talking about him fighting Danny Garcia, and you're saying that you would be interested in fighting Lara. So, do you think that Lara beats that fight against Danny Garcia if it's made?
I'll fight winner. It don't matter.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And as I was saying, you're on a huge card, man. Jamel against Canelo, man. Tell me what you think about that fight and who you think will win.
So, I know that's a big leap for Charlo, but I've seen pictures. I'm pretty sure they fought 154 together. Canelo should win the fight. He should win the fight. He's fought at 168 longer. He's fought at 175, so he knows what it feels like to be hit with that extra weight behind the punches. But
Mm.
I'm definitely not counting out Charlo. Like Charlo has the technique, he has the speed, he has the power. He's an excellent fighter. He holds all the belts at 154 for a reason. And you can't count out Charlo, but I feel like on paper, Canelo should win. It's not going to be an easy fight. It's a 50-50 fight, but if I had to put my money, I'd put my money on Canelo.
Mm. A lot of people have been talking about that particular fight, and most people are saying, well, you know what? Charlo is just as big as Canelo. But does that make a difference, man, when it's going up in weight? Because as you see, Canelo's been in this division. Jamel will be moving up to that division. So when they say that, it looks like Jamel is bigger than him. But does that, when it comes to when you're actually fighting in the ring, since Canelo's been there all this time, do you still consider him the bigger man?
Yeah, I'd say Canelo's a bigger man. He's moved up. Because he can't make 54 no more. He's moved up. He can't make 54. He can't make six. He can't make 60. I'm surprised he's still fighting at 168. But it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how Charlo's going to be able to, move around at 168. At 154. 154. That's his weight class for a reason. So we'll see how he does with that extra weight on his body, and how he does. Taking hits from a 168 pounder. You know what I mean?
Exactly know what you mean. I know that I seen on another interview that I seen of you, you said that you like the underdog, and if I'm not mistaken, you said you would like to see Jamel win it. But
Yeah.
if so, how could Jamel? What would Jamel have to do to be able to win that fight, in your opinion?
Yeah, man. I like watching the underdogs. It's my favorite. I don't care who's, the A side. I always go
Mm-hmm.
for the but I think Charlo's gonna have to fight his fight, land his jab, and you know, he holds great distance, and he's a great counter puncher. And so, you know, I think he should be able to win some of the. Canelo's a slow fighter. I mean, a slow starter, and you know, if he comes off, you know, landing that jab, you know, taking control the first couple rounds, and then, you know, countering those hard punches Canelo likes to throw. Canelo likes to throw, you know, one or two hard punches at a time, and I know Charlo will be able to counter those. But I don't know, you know, Charlo has to be able out there and just win the early rounds and make sure he's still fresh enough for when Canelo picks it up on that for that, you know, 10, 11, 12 rounds later on in the fight.
Okay. One thing about Canelo, sometimes we have seen that he has problems with conditioning, and I think that's maybe one of the reasons why that he's at Lake Tahoe training in high altitude. Do you feel though that conditioning is going to really be a very important thing in this particular fight?
Nah, you know, that one I feel like, you know, once you've gone, like, I feel like going 8 rounds is pretty easy because, you know, all that experience they have. I think it's just, you know, the intensity of the fight. That's what makes it hard.
Mm,
Experience wise, you know, they should go 8 rounds, no problem. They've been going 12 rounds past couple of years, you know what I mean? So it's just the intensity of the fight, and you know, it just all depends. Like when he fought Bivol, I know Bivol throws more punches than anybody, and you know, you seen it in the fight where he got really tired. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, Bivol keeps the intensity high, and so we'll see how, you know, if they start banging in the first round, you know, it's gonna, of course they're gonna be tired. But I know Canelo likes
mm,
time. You've seen it with the plant fight. You know, he didn't start warming up to like the sixth, seventh round. So
that is true. Hmm. Yes, indeed. Well, listen here, man. I appreciate this interview with you. I definitely want you to let people know where they can find you on your platforms, and also whatever else you like to say to your fans right now.
heck yeah, you know, I'm on Instagram underscore Elijah Garcia underscore. I'm on Twitter Elijah 602 Garcia, and I'm on Facebook Elijah Garcia. I appreciate this interview. I appreciate, you know, my family, friends, and sponsors, and you know, I'm prepared for the toughest fight of my life, toughest fight of my career. I know it's gonna be real hard, well earned victory, and I'm prepared and I'm ready. I'm keeping my faith strong, and I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in.
That's what's up, man. I like the overalls too, my brother.
Heck
Other
yeah.
than that, all right. Well, this is your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News. I'm here with Elijah Garcia, and we're out of here.